Hello, dear friends. So now we come with the third part. So we continue with the story 21. So there was a long verse. So I'll do a few talks. I'll do a few words. Okay. So in the second part, I'm talking about. So basically, we should not be demanding others to take away our own filth, to clean our bottom after we did the poo. So we shouldn't be doing that. We should always take responsibility for ourselves. I know. I'm sorry, I'm just being straightforward, so I believe, and this will serve a better purpose than I'm just, trying to go around and talk in a way, in a sort of nice way. I rather talk straightforward. I'm not. I don't mean to hurt anybody's feeling, but that's what's happened. I see so many things happen. This kind of things happen in my life. So I work, and then in public service, used to so always somebody else leave the job to somebody else. Somebody else will do the job. So and then we just I don't know, lots of people in the public service, they just kill their time there. They do very little and they always expect themselves to do very little, kill their time, make the dollars, and then expect others to fix the mess or do the job. So if everybody has this kind of attitude, and this whole country will never work, never. And okay, so now come to another point. So Bruno basically made a very important point. Is he was giving a divine task, divine task to help people, and then this divine task is especially given from God to him. So and then also when he was giving a task, he was giving certain abilities. So he can see, he can smell, and then he can see through people, and he can pick up anybody's thoughts. So whatever you think in your mind, in your brain, he just pick it up. He reads you like open book. It's like that. So you have no secret in front of him. So because he's his high spiritual development, and then that's why he received a task, and then he call is spiritual maturity. So according to your spiritual maturity, and God will give you certain abilities and certain tasks, and every special gift or every special abilities come with responsibilities. So if you're not a responsible person, and God will not give you a gift, a divine gift, and then you abuse it. So not serve a good purpose for yourself or for humanity. So basically, Bruno talking about every evil, and then he has to burn up. So and then people just when Bruno took over the problem from people, and then he also took over basically in essence it's the negative energy, the evil energy from people and some spiritual low spiritual beings. So he took the evil energy and he has to burn it up with God's divine energy. It's more like a fire burning up the impurities from the gold. So that's why he say nobody should attempt to do what he does, because he himself alone is given this task. So nobody should attempt to take away others evil energy or others disease by themselves, because they are not giving the task. So that's what here is. Bruno said, every attempt will always end up leading to something bad for you. So I warn you, dear friends, never occupy yourself with what is evil, and especially not with other people. And then also Bruno go on and saying, so if you want to help others people, and then ask God for his help. Same thing, if you have a homeless person, you can give the homeless person $5, $10, $20, $100. So you can help him in some ways by yourself with whatever you can do, and then the rest you ask for God. So I have a family, I can't take a homeless person to my family, so I gotta live a life. So that's what I can't do. Same thing with other family might have many children. They can't take homeless people to their home to feed them, to give them a shelter. You can't. So that is beyond your ability, something beyond what you can do. and then you always ask God to help them. So if you feel like to give some like money to the homeless people, make some donation, do so. And then the rest you can't do, but you can always ask God, and then God would decide how and in what way the homeless people will be helped. Okay, so if we really sincerely making that wish to help others, to help our families, our fellow human beings, and then that is really heartfelt wish, very deep, and then it will happen, and then God will hear that. So our intense will have will have a better chance. I'm not sure if that's the right way to put it. Have a better chance to be heard. So basically, your your will, the intensity of your will, and then we'll put up we'll decide the intensity of the energy you put in you put into that person, you put into your prayer, whatever. So if you just basically wish anything very shallowly, so you don't really care too much, and the thing will never happen because your intention is not strong enough. And then also Bruno also mentioned again, so never require healing. So require healing is a demand, and always acquire healing, and acquire healing through divine grace. So require healing, my understanding is like always demand. You demand something to happen. You demand yourself to be well, but rather taking actions. So instead of say, I demand my breakfast, and then go and take action to make it. So in case of health, being healthy, and so you take your actions to absorb the divine healing energy to heal your body. So take your action to make the breakfast, not to demand your breakfast from anybody else. And then now go on, Bruno saying very important thing is people pick up so many bad things from their immediate surroundings, and then especially their own families. That is so true. So I experienced that. So both my wife and I, especially me, I grew up in the bit traumatic families. So when the children grow up in the traumatic families, they always have a very hard struggles when they become adults. So if their mom and dad's relationship didn't work, so their relationship has a very low chance to work either. And then often they don't know why. They say, oh, why repeat my mom and dad again? So because that's what you learn, that's what you absorb, that's what you pick it up when you were children. So when your mom and dad was fighting when you were children, and then you pick it up the fighting, and then when you go into a relationship, you fight with your partner too, because that's what you know, because you didn't know any better. You didn't learn how to make peace from your parents and to your partners. What you learn is always fighting, and then you imitate the fighting. You absorb and imitate, and then when you go into a relationship, and then you could go into your friendship, you're gonna fighting too, because you didn't know anything better. So in that case, that happened to me over the years. I always go through lots of struggles, dear friends. So, and now I work on myself so to receive more love, more healing energy from God. So to first change myself. If I don't change myself, and then what I give out will be only the fighting. So I must first have peace inside me, and then I give to my wife, and I give to people around me will be peace. That is a long journey, so it's never been easy. So I wish all those people, dear friend, whoever you have a very hard struggles in your childhood, I wish you all the best from my deepest, from the bottom of my heart. So I wish you the best, and I wish you will overcome your struggles, and then be hopeful. There is always a way. There is always a hope. There's always a way you overcome the problem. You just some of you just yet to discover that, but have faith and have a hope. Believe in yourself and believe in your God too. And then as we pick up lots of rubbish from our surrounding, our families, so they pick up your mom and dad probably pick up from their mom and dad. Their mom and dad pick up from your their mom and dad. So it just keep going on and on. You have this family hereditary struggles. So if you have 5-10 generation peasants, so it's very hard to make yourself into a upper class. Very very hard. So you don't know what it's like. Delicate thing to be. You every day just basically struggling to survive. Survive is the goal. So you just want to survive, and first, whether like you're living your life with a good quality or not. So that's not your primary concern. So that happens like that. It's very difficult, can be. And then in terms of healing, so we absorb too much rubbish from our surrounding families, and then that stop us from receiving the divine healing energy, because first is when I believe this and that, and then when I'm getting better, and then all my families or friends might say, oh Fisher, are you getting crazy, and then why you believe this and that. And then often if there's enough people say so, and then you start doubting it yourself, and then that will disrupt the healing process. So that's why Bruno always say, if somebody can be looked after in a healing clinic by the medical professionals, and to go through the whole course of healing, to surround themselves to the healing current for several weeks. So when they have a complete healing, they have complete inner calm and balance, and then they return to the usual doubting, negative surroundings, and then they have a strong defense to ward off the evils. Otherwise, if somebody don't have very strong belief in themselves, like in good and in health, and then they halfway through the healing, and then they go back to the usual surroundings, and then like they start become doubting again, they might lose their healing again. So again, if you surrounded by always negative people, and then you want to get better, first you have to cut them off. I'm sorry, whether that's your family, your friends, if you have a friend always complain, and then you basically have to cut them off, at least 99% time. So you need to cut them off. Otherwise, you always absorb the complaint from them, and the complaint leads to failure. It never leads to success. So if you want a success in your life, in whatever the way it is, so you can't be surrounded by the complaining friends. So same thing, if you want to be healthy, you cannot be surrounded by the unhealthy friend. That's what I asked my dad, and then he's a lot better now. He gave up like smoking and drinking early this year, so which is a blessing. Otherwise he probably already had a stroke in bed now. So he has 7 cousins, and then he's the 5th one. Then all his 7 male cousins all died. The youngest one, 50-year-old, just died 2 months ago. Heavy smoker, heavy cigarette smoker, and heavy drinker. They don't care. Okay, that's what you've been abusing your body. That's what you're gonna get. Okay, disease, suffering, pain, and death miserably. Okay, so, and then when my dad was like back to a couple of years ago, and then when he was still smoking and drinking, and then he would play mahjong with surrounding friends. And I asked the dad, I asked him, "Are you healthy?" He said, "I'm not healthy." I know. I say, and I asked him, "Do you have healthy friend around you?" He said, "Probably not." I said, "Yes. You're first not healthy, and you don't have any friends surrounding you are healthy, so you will not be healthy anyway. So because you associate yourself with disease all the time, so you'll not be healthy." But now he's a lot better. Now he don't even like go out and play mahjong much. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, and he go out for walk. So I say, "Oh, thank God for it." So he turned around in time. Otherwise, he might already been in the ground. So I'm sorry to say that. Okay, dear friend, this is the 3rd part. So continue with the 4th part of the story 21.